As promised, a welcome back, everybody, to our game of Team Empire going up against OG. Will be the question mark.
I don't know.
Well, top lane fight's going to be kicking off. No fear. Actually going for that brain tap early on, so there's no setup or control with the Nightmare as they battle for that rune. It will go that way of Miracle, but Miracle, there's that nuke damage kicking in, but Resolution getting beaten down. Silent with that score shot, also down on the field, giving him that sustain and burn across all of OG. They want to get a little bit more, which is going to be moving on to the Night Stalker, and well, he is going to not get back in time. No fear, that brain tap going to work so heavily. Able to pick 3 for 1 in favor of Team.
You know, on the mid lane, Chris is actually just starting off with that harassment and resolution, giving Miracle that little bit of breathing room.
Flies in a lot of trouble. That easy attack coming in, no fear's brain set gave him the life to stand his ground and fight, not only to get that damage into Lucian, who can get zoned out just by having a Wyvern kick in, or something like this. Fly with a haste rune, running in through the back, the Light Striker race completely off target, and the Razor from Miracle ensure they've got enough damage to get the quick pick on the Lina, and that lets Fly run himself away from the Bane, who could not reach up in time, but with the charge arriving, the Blink forward still on cooldown, but the Queen of Pain doesn't miss uphill. The charge keeping that vision and Queen of Pain finding the pick.
Yeah, weapon-wise been blinking up and down, like just in the jungle area since the start of the game. I've been trying to figure out what the movements are about, but makes a kill and now looking for another one in the bot lane.
Yeah, they
got the Shadow Strike.
Sentry Wall was placed down earlier on. That was meant to be the early attacker, but now Broodmother just runs himself off. That Dust got only a couple of seconds left, but with the extra bash kicking in from the speed, the Broodmother will be dropping.
Yeah, fine.
He just hit level 5, and yeah, there it is. The Silence already regenerated up quite heavily, but he can get zoned out of the lane. There's only one armor over on this Doombringer, and Face Boost won't give him the movement speed to get away, so it's just up to a couple of punches here from the Night Stalker, and yep, Silent. Underestimating that power of the Night Stalker in the first nighttime phase.
They could just dive Resolution and kill him at the tower. He doesn't have any boots yet.
I just knew this was coming. Silence, the Void. Moon's gonna get himself out of this one. The Nightmare's gonna kick in. Now, you've already blink forward on the Queen of Pain, so level 3 with a charge coming in too. This Night Stalker will end up dying. A heavy rotation coming out from Empire, but with that Nether Strike already up from the Spirit Breaker, they just keep going further. The Splinter Blast can't get the kill on the SP, but Lich ensures the kill. Oh, sorry, Lina ensures the kill. They're drafted in.
The interesting thing there, I think, if there's a 3 hero rotation to save the Lina kill Night Stalker. Oh.
Yeah, that was actually very, very easy. That's where Empire kind of need to dictate things a little bit better. And you got this smoke movement into mid, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. The Nightmare off, the charge coming out from the Spirit Breaker, there was no way Night Stalker potentially could have stunned him up and stopped this. A Miracle with the double raises, he's still going to go down here. They commit 4 heroes to shutting down this SF, and it's exactly what they have to do.
To that place, and at that point I'll want to use my Doom.
Fine, himself the free he wanted. He's been walking around with this Sata for a very long time, so he's had the regeneration in the lane to stay alive. Yeah, there's that charge coming in the room. Look at the movement speed. Like, it's a base Broodmother. They're still going to get the Nether Strike off, but you've now used that. The Broodlings are chasing down into the tree lines, revealing up the Queen of Pain's position. The Raze was way too far off target, but the Broodlings keep the vision up. So the Queen of Pain will die. The Spirit Breaker barely TPs out. That Raze a fraction of a second too late. Will end up being a Brood for a support Queen of Pain trade-off. So they instantly want to try and attack on top. Now, this Dire Observer Ward did scout out the fact the Reef went down, but they trigger out the darkness. The chase coming in, and No Fear is just one void away from death. He couldn't get the Brain Zap off. Crit, however, will be Laguna Bladed down, so there is Tit for Tat coming out on the top lane.
And the charge is still not tracking the Night Stalker. I defend their mid tower. Not wanting to give Shadow Fiend a free tower. There's no level 6 yet on Ben, but Sleep.
Die. Even the Nightmare over in the middle lane. Resolution, the lift on from Fly, instantly being committed. We'll head back over to Miracle, who's just wheeling back from a bash, but he gets the mech charge off. They need to commit and get this kill. The one shots make it so difficult. They chase all the way over this hillside just to ensure the kill on the SF. But the Spirit Breaker dying to the tower. He's about to charge himself away. Couldn't do it in time. The Broodmother, the insatiable hunger cannot be quenched. Will be No Tell, helping to wipe out all of Team Empire. The Lotus Hold, first major item for a Broodmother, 15 minutes in. They're in a little bit of trouble. The Doom already out. In fact, the Lotus Hold instantly reflects, so Silent doomed himself. The Lich ulti combined with the Curse. There's terrible, terrible damage to Team Empire. Silence forced back off the line. He got the Spirit Breaker on the front lines, but the Urn Charge is ticking him down with the Spiders right behind him. That will be the death of the Spirit Breaker. And Team Empire that initiated his heart. He should. He should. The Lotus Orb, he'll put it up for the moment. Try to reflect whatever he possibly can, but they'll just beat him down the old-fashioned way. Queen of Pain did end up Shadow Striking itself, but that's all.
In particular, being the Lotus Orb holder, is that usually if you...
Silence over on the Queen of Pain. The Lich is going to not bounce out. In fact, Queen of Pain going to take the damage and crit. Well, there's your Fiend Script. It holds the Lich out. The Lotus Orb wasn't up in time. Didn't reflect out that Fiend Script. And you've got the kill over on the Lich. Miracle doomed up, and there was no way to return that one. So Silence, this time he can be a fighter. Miracle going to get Laguna Bladed down. There's a 2-for-1 trade-off. The Curse will be able to control up a couple of the heroes here of Team Empire, but they want the vision over on crit, so then they can get that charge in for Flow. And Flow, he's managed to get it. It was the Observe Ward in the lane, on the riverside, and now Flow looking for the bash as well. One Brain Zap will do the work, and that's what Team Empire needed. OG to get over-aggressive, thinking they had the...
I mean, if you're going for the Lotus Orb build on Gridman, it's not like if you don't go to the fight, space creates it. Your team lost the fight, but you're pushing with your Necros, or you're pushing, like flow and control and miss percentage on whoever you're attacking, and they're going to struggle to fight back.
The Curse Resolution! Seemed they knew it was coming, but still their positioning, man. A 3-man Curse happened. Silent will get mowed down. And OG, they were looking for the opening. They thought it was going to be Resolution coming in from Flow. The Splinter Blast going to bounce out, but Bane still able to survive for this one. The mid tower's being worked down. Queen of Pain not to come and join the fight. She's still pushing out that top lane, but you're losing your mid racks. She knows it's pointless. Okay, yeah, finish the job. There goes your melee racks. She realized there was no point just trying to fight. OG. Well, they're going to get that information. They see Resolution crit, goes instantly for the Curse. They want this leaner down. The Lich Ollie, it's going to bounce up and over towards Flow, but Resolution, the defensive Eul Scepter, just allow Miracle to line up for the pop, which is going to be through his Requiem. The Geometry site lost for Team Empire as well. They're trying to keep the control. They can still fight through that backdoor regeneration. And the creep wave's on its way. But they can just rotate themselves down to the bot lane. The Spiraling's already pushing out the
14 respawns. I think their axes might be dead by then already. I mean, if they initiate when she's got about 5 seconds left, they could maybe still take a fight.
I would love to see that from one side of the match to the other. Empire, they don't want to see this, however. Miracle, well, actually, maybe they do. The Doom from Sun doesn't come off in time. Miracle, Yule's up towards the air, but the mid-timing over on that Sun, and now Miracle protected up by the Lotus Orb. Resolution got perfectly cursed. The Lich Ollie bouncing around inside the Empire heroes. Sun's forced back out of the fight. Miracle still survived. He's very, very low. See Silent down. The Doom will finally tick him out, and Empire actually get the upper hand in the fight. They're looking for their fault, and they should be able to claim it. Charging into that Night Stalker. You can say goodbye to that gem of his. And 4 heroes of OG, and what a time to win the fight. What a time to actually get another follow-up. Resolution was down here battling up against the Broodmother. Can they actually make it 5 for 5? Forced up away. The charge is coming in right now from Flow, bashing into the Broodmother. The control is there, and there is your Brain Sap. They take both gems, they take all of OG, and now they can also take Roach.
Even neat, right? It was a very scrappy controlling a Miracle at the start, to the point that they took so long. The Lotus Orb arrived, the Doombringer had to doom himself, but just the fact, I don't know if you commented on that.
There you go.
And that's interesting because it gives them the
Resolution. Well, I think that just gave us our answer. Now
No-Tail's getting
into the smoke. Silence there, but where's the vision? It's there with the gem and true sight. Requiem Assault from Miracle tries to go out nice and early, but Silence taking through most of the damage. This Winter Wyvern gets destroyed by the blade. Miracle damage out, but he can't finish the job over on Silence, and he's running out of teammates way too quickly. Maybe that damage into the Queen of Pain. No, even that won't do the job. The Doom over on Miracle. He is stunned up, completely controlled, and Miracle is down for the count. There is the buyback available, and No-Tail instantly sending the Spiralings to the top lane. He actually forgot to attack with them, so there's no pressure being applied up there. Empire just going to come for the mid, try and get a counter.
And like get that extra value. But when you're talking about control at this stage in the game, it's not a support that gives a lot of control.
Silence up a very long way. That Lich Ollie just keeps going to work. all the bounce off. Mainly this is about keeping Team Empire off the racks. That's all OG want to achieve with these buybacks. But Fly called out. He's actually told him brace Lotus ult as well as speared up, and that allows him to turn for a quick frost blast to kill the Spirit Breaker. Broodmother needs to walk away but can't do it in time. Resolution standing his ground, doing as much damage as he can. The BKB's going to run out pretty damn quickly. And now, well, OG, they don't want to chase this. They still have the advantage. That creep wave is still pushing in through top. They still have the mid lane going their way, and they had to lose a Broodmother and an SF. Like, only the Broodmother to defend that. That's fine.
Yeah.
They'll give it a shot. Wyvern's got the curse up, but already Roshan's down. It's going to go the way of No-Tail. So they're up and ready to fight. Sun going to get control up a little bit. The Splinter Blast actually not coming out from Crit. Just that basic range attack, but Sun's already at half of his life. Triggers the BKB. The charge will come on the Night Stalker. He needs to actually get this darkness off to actually help out the rest of his team at Miracle. Then ground Fly. The Lich only bouncing around doing work, but Miracle still down. Laguna Blade able to hit it so hard into that Shadow Fiend. And Crit isolated from the rest of his team. The Broodmother trying to fight up against Silent, but he's doomed up, and he just can't do any more. It's a double kill arriving for Alohadance. The Broodmother Agency will bring him back to life again. Lotus Orb's trying to protect him as much as they can, but there's just no protecting this. It's a triple kill for the support Queen of Pain, and it is Empire taking another huge fight. Even if they don't get the Aegis, even if they don't get Roshan, take, what's that now, the third fight in a row against OG?
Yeah, and support Queen of Pain has finished a Hex, by the way. That's, I mean, you're not a support anymore. So the job for Empire is that much easier. Like, someone take care of Shadow Fiend while we're cursed. That's like the bottom line for winning a fight.
Look at Empire trying to capitalize on the situation as much as they possibly can. The cold slowing down the attack from Silence, but they're not fully ready to go. And with the Assault Cuirass now freshly arriving over on Flow, they've got the negative armor against the buildings too. So Empire, they take out the full mid-ranks, they get the melee on the top as well. His ability to stand during the fight is so much better. Maybe, okay, yeah, that charge is coming on Crit. The Void will cancel the Spirit Breaker charge. He goes for the BKB pushback on the Night Stalker, but then you realize the damage coming in from Miracle. The Lotus Orb will protect the Night Stalker and the curse. It's on Silent, but he got his BKB off, and the Broodmother's also going down. Resolution is the damage output. The Nightmare timing, not the perfect sync, but it's still going to help get the kill over on Fly. His Lit ulti, no fear, almost dying to it. Bounces back up, he has the BKB to protect himself. Miracle grabs up a double kill on this fight. Now he moves over to Silence. No BKB to protect him. They do get the Doom on the SF, but you've already lost your Doombringer. Without that BKB, he did have the protection needed. The Night Stalker's on the chase. He won't be able to reach Alohadance, who just blinks himself up to safety. And OG, this is the question mark. Where they go from here? Roshan could have spawned up, but he won't spawn for another 2 minutes. So they can check for this. Really worthwhile.
Are they able to safely escape once the buybacks happen? If they do happen, or is Empire just going to drop their axes and rather even bother with the buybacks?
You've still got a Satanic SF. It looks like Empire's just going to let it go. That's so big for OG. Because now they've only got one lane to fit.
It gets forced off the way, and then suddenly they're improvising, and while they're going to smoke spit.
Don't be a stab. Walks forward, there's your curse. Already the Bane on the sidelines, and Empire. The choice, do you want to engage? The answer is yes! Silence! They're jumping into 4 of them! Straight to the front lines. The Laguna Blade will help the clock sprint, but that Lich only bouncing up again. It's not going to come back over towards Silent. The Fiend Grip keeping the Night Stalker around this fight. No-Tail can't finish job over on the cop, just blinks away, but Resolution taking so much damage from Miracle, and SF gets himself the crit. And Silent also being took down. Miracle with a double kill, and that could have been the game-deciding fight right there. Silent's been chased down. He'll drop for the count. 88 seconds on the sidelines. Buyback is available, but no doom is up for him to get this top tier 3 tower and potential mega creeps. And there's your buyback. Wicked Spear already true. Miracle in trouble. The silence on Queen of Pain lets the ulti go, and Miracle Lotus Orb turns on the Satanic, tries to push damage back in, and Silent, he's too far forward, he can't afford to die right now. Resolution with the double time, buying the much-needed space. But Empire, can you fall back this far? Broodmother still turn around for another fight. Queen of Pain, there's no breeze available. They can't shake off that Silence. The top rank is being chipped away, and now it's actually gone. Miracle's damage is too much. Resolution will be able to get the Laguna Blade killed. Force Mega Creeps now OG. Buyback still available for the SF. They're going to lose No-Tail as well. He can Lotus Orb and attempt to kill an Alohadance, but he'll be unsuccessful. And Empire to scramble the defense.
That Satanic was everything in that fight, and with the Doom up, it's possible they could control him, but the Curse is...
It's over on the Doombringer, the Nightmare timing! As he protects the Doombringer, allowing to get the BKB off. Resolution is hex up for now, but Miracle, front line, looking for the kill on Bane, gonna be able to find it, now moves over towards Resolution, find that crit, hitting Resolution so hard, and do they have a follow-up with a double sonic wave from Alohadance, SF down, the Brood coming back up again with Empire, they still are, they don't have the numbers, not with the buyback available for OG, and they're buying back inside their own base, which means instantly back to the engagement. The Night Stalker to the front line, Empire, they have to be able to disengage. Resolution going back because their throne is currently being brought down. Resolution trying to defend it. Silence, he's just being chipped away. He'll end up dropping. This is GG. This is the game going the way of OG. Woo!
You know, there were so many fights in this game where all they had to do is kill Miracle. And there they killed him and he didn't even have buyback. But it's like... If any other fight that had happened, they'd killed Miracle without buyback, Empire would have won the game. They do it when their base is dying to mega creeps, it's just too late.
This is a great start to a wonderful series. It's the full best of 3 coming your way for this semi-final. We'll be having ourselves the matchup directly after this one.